my name is Trish Schwinkler, and I have the honor and pleasure of being here today with Dr. Maureen Hayes, who is a Diamond Associate with ASEA, who is going to share her wisdom on how to invite people by text. I'll hand it over to you, Dr. Maureen.
Thanks, Trish. Hey, I love inviting people by text. What I have found is that almost everybody walks around with one of these in their hands, and it's right with them. They can see your text immediately, and they can either respond to it or not. Etiquette usually says that they should respond back in one way or another. And this is much more effective, I found, than using email or even a phone call, which is what I usually like to do, to have that personal touch with people. But what I do when I invite them by text is I don't give them all the information. I will text them and say, hey, how are you doing? I've got something important to share with you. Do you have a few minutes where we can talk later today? Or when is a good time for us to connect? Or I have something very important. I just sort of tease them a little bit about what might be coming so that they're more likely to engage and to contact me back and say, what is it? Then I take the opportunity, once I have them on the phone, to explain why this is so important and what I want them to do, what I want them to look at, how much time it'll take. However, if you give them too much information right off the go, then they're going to judge it and they're going to make a determination or a decision right then and there whether or not they think that information is going to be valuable to them. Chances are they might not respond. The other thing is if you don't hear back from them by text, you can always retext them and say, hey, I sent you a text. Did you get it? Or I sent you 3 texts. Did you get them? Really need to talk to you sometime soon. And you can contact them over and over again without bugging them. I don't know if you've ever called somebody and left a voice message, but by the 3rd time, it's like, is there a reason you're not calling me back? Text is a little less personal, less of you on the line if they do or don't call back. And usually it's very quick. So you're going to hear back from them pretty fast. So that's why I love using a text.
Absolutely love it. You kind of did your own little study, didn't you?
I did. I wanted to say because, most people want to email because it's safe. They're not having to put themselves on the line. They're not having to fear rejection. And emails are dead. I hate to say it, but especially for me, I still have my AOL account. I'm still using my very first email account. So I get several hundred emails a day. So people say, I sent you an email. And I'm like, if you want me to read the email, please text me and tell me you sent an email, and then I'll look for it. So emails, I don't use emails except for in follow-up. So I actually wanted to see how effective different things were. I sat down and I made 56 phone calls in one day because that's what I had been training my team. Pick up the phone, make that personal connection, get people on the phone and have a conversation. Well, I was totally wrong. I called 56 people and I only reached 6 people. People are not answering their phones. And if you're like me, people always call and say, your phone message is full. I'm like, oh, I don't listen to my phone messages. I'm sorry. I see that you called and I call you right back. So even leaving a phone message is not that effective. But what I found is that if I texted people, especially if I texted them, and if I didn't hear back, I would text them and say, hey, I sent you an email. Or I would text and I'd say, I left you a phone message. I got much higher numbers of people responding and connecting with them. And so I thought, wow, this is a new era. People like the phone. They can see it. They can respond. It's much quicker. And usually you'll know if they've gotten your text or not. So yeah, I was pretty surprised. Now I teach people text.
Yeah, absolutely love it. I got a text from someone the other day and they said, please call me. I need to chat. I called them right away. I called them as soon as I could. If they would have left a voicemail or something like that, I'm not sure. I like you, I probably wouldn't have even listened to it until 2 or 3 days down the line.
Right.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's different, but it's really nice. And it's so easy to do. And it's kind of not that it's impersonal, but it's quicker. It's just quicker and people don't have that same judgment towards it that they might to an email or a phone call.
Thank you so much, Dr. Maureen. Words of wisdom. Thank you.
You're welcome.